Hey guys, Josie here in Chicago. Just gonna go over a listing here. I'm going to grab a couple things here to list on my Easync, and then I'm going to just do one complete listing for you guys so you see how easily you can edit the listing and put it up on your eBay store. So what I do when I come to Amazon here is I usually just go to the very front page. They have some recommendations here. But I always like to try to check out what their best sellers are, so I'll come down to the bottom. Here's toys and games best sellers, which is what I'm looking for, so I'll say see more. Alright, so what I want to do is that I want to get stuff that is best sellers in games and toys. Let's see. All of these have really good. I'm just looking at the numbers: 766, 1062, 4042. Those are the reviews, and you figure maybe 1 out of every 10 will leave a review. So that's like 40,000 that was sold. There's 1,000 of these that were sold. 10,000 of these. 7,000 of this one. Just add a 0 at the end. 2,350 of these were sold. So all that looks pretty good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go on my Easync. Let me move this up a little bit so you can watch. It's right here. I am going to hit the little rocket so that we pick everything up on this page. There's 20. It went to page number 2, so I'll pick up the second page as well. There we go. Then I'm going to copy it by hitting this little button right here. Do a copy. And then I'm going to take you guys over to my Easync board, which we'll go to now. Alright, here we are on Easync. I'm just going to go to create listings. Here we are on create listings. The source is Amazon.com. I'm going to enable that. I always select the relevant title because sometimes you don't know what title you should use, so I use that one, so it just gives me different options. I'm going to do a right click and paste. There they are. Now you can do Prime only if you don't want to do third-party sellers, which I am going to click actually for Amazon. And I always do a preview because I want to see what they're going to see. So we'll give that a minute and let that load as it loads up all of the Amazon products that we just picked up. And as you can see here on the right hand side, we got some stuff coming up on the blacklist. Anything on the blacklist I am automatically taking out. I am rejecting because I don't want my account getting shut down because of something that you're not supposed to be selling. And if you get too many of those, you will get shut down. So anything on the blacklist, I just go ahead and reject it. Don't even waste my time. So I'll get rid of those. Okay. So here are the listings as they are popping up and they're getting generated. Alright. So let's say that this is the first one here. Is sold 124 times. 150 people are selling it. Prices, there's a lower price for $3.96. My profit is $5 and the price is $19.92. Now that's a big difference between $3 and $19, so I probably won't list that one. This one here and so much competition too with 100. I mean, if it was like 1 or 2 or 3, then I would list it, but there's a lot of competition for the difference to be, $10 or more. If it's $10 or more, then I try not to list it. Let's see. Okay, this one's not bad, so I'm gonna reject all of this. Is like a big difference. $6 here, 82 there. So I don't know if that's a knockoff that they're selling or what, but that's a huge difference there. But either way, this one had 11 sales, $22 is the lower price. I'm 29, so I'm within my $10 range that I like to use. So I'll just reject these here on top. And again, this is just my own theory. You guys can, of course, go ahead and list whatever you want. But in order to edit this one, and I'll show you this one from beginning to end, is that you hit the little pencil right here, just like that. And it's coming from Amazon. There's different store templates you can use, so you can click on that and see which one you like the best. Don't touch anything up here in category because it fills that in for you. But okay, so here's the title, and let's say this is the title that comes from Amazon: Star Wars: The Black Series Solar Range Trooper 6-inch figure. It is brand new. So if you wanted to change this, the first thing I would do is I don't touch anything here. I let the key, the value, and all this information, I allow Easync to fill that in for me. So you can leave that alone. Here are the pictures here. So I'll leave that alone. But okay, so here are the details. Now this is the description down here. So if you wanted to edit anything down here, the title you can edit up on top, or you can edit here as well. Get rid of that if you wanted to. But as long as you're down here, if there's stuff you want to edit, you just click on it. And let's say I want to get rid of the item number, I can just back that up. Here are the details here. If I wanted to add more stuff, like here, let's say I want to get rid of this last line, I can just highlight it, delete it. I can do enter. I can say ships within 3 days from Chicago. You know, whatever you want to write, you can go ahead and write it on there. Whatever you write on here is going to get saved. So that's how you quickly edit your description down here. You can highlight everything, get rid of everything if you want, or you can go ahead and let's close that up there. You can go ahead and delete stuff if you want. I don't put model numbers, item numbers, unless it's a very specific thing, but that's just a Star Wars trooper figure that could be found anywhere. So if I wanted to change this title, let me see. Sometimes I look right up in here because these little bullet points, they can have some keywords that you can use. So it says Star Wars: The Black Series Solar Range Trooper. It's a 6-inch scale range. So if I want to say I want to put scale range, I can just put that right in there. And I'm going to bring that up. And then if we go up to the top, up here I can do the same thing. Star Wars Black Series Trooper 6-inch. I can do paste. Scale range. Delete that. There. New. Now if you notice, when you click on here, you get this little green box right here. This box tells you how many spaces you have left. So it says 77 out of 80. I've got 3 more spaces. And if you notice, once I hit 80, that's letting you know that once it turns red, you used up all your space. And if I keep going, it says 89 out of 80. So there's 9 spaces that are used up that I cannot use. When I get back to the 79, 80 mark, then you know that is the last thing that you can put in there. You can change the quantity here too as well. If you want to put 2 or 3 or 4, you can put whatever you want. I just keep it at 1, and if it resells, then I just once it sells rather, then I go ahead and I relist it again through Easync. The reason I keep 1 is because sometimes, especially with Amazon, they can have 10, 20, 50, 100 of one item, let's say on Monday morning, and then you sell it Tuesday night, and they are absolutely gone. They have nothing left. Now, like every software, this software is very, very good on catching anything that goes out of stock, but there are times where you might get something that goes out of stock, and you don't want to have 10 sales that went out of stock because they all sold at the same time, which does happen. You can sell 10 items in 1 minute if it's a hot item, especially on Amazon, taking something from Amazon, putting it on eBay. So I keep it at 1. And remember, whatever number you put in your settings, I have one in my settings, whatever number you put in your settings applies to every listing you have. So if you put 300 items and your quantity is 1, you used up 300 of the listings that you can use on eBay. But if your quantity is 2, now you just used up 600 items that you can list on eBay. So keep that in mind. If you have a big store of 1,000, then you can list 1,500. You want to keep it at 1 so you can continue to list new stuff on eBay, and if it sells, just relist it. It's not a big deal. Now, if you see that one is selling over every time you relist it, then go ahead and jump it to 2 or 3, just that one item. That way you can go ahead and make your money. But that is how fast that you can go ahead and put this on there. You see I just changed the title. That's how you could change it. And then you can, now if you want to add images or take away images, just hit the negative button like this. Took away that image. If you want to add an image, you can, let's go ahead back to Amazon. Let's click on that order. We just open that up in a new tab here. So I'll show you a little trick on how you can grab an image from Amazon. Alright, so let's say this is the image I just deleted, right? So I'm going to click on it. This is the image I want now to add. Do a right click on your mouse and you are going to hit copy image address. Click on that. Let's go back to our Easync. Now I want to add that image. Say add. I'm going to paste. There it is. There's the image. So you can do that even on eBay. So on eBay, if you want to do your listing on eBay and not on here because you have stuff at home you want to sell, do the same thing. I'll show you again. Let's say you want to grab this image. Do a right click on your mouse and click on copy image address. You're going to hit that. When you do it on eBay, it's going to ask you for the web address. That's what you will put down, and then this picture will come up. Now keep in mind that when you are taking pictures like this from websites, that image is now linked to the website. So this is linked to Amazon, just like the rest of them are. So if someone is savvy and they know how to find images, they can spider off of you. But if you're selling a whole bunch of items per month, then who cares? That's just one easy way for you to add pictures, take away pictures. Add pictures, take away pictures. Just put the image address on here. Okay? Once you do that, again, you can go ahead and change this any way you want. Just click anywhere you want, and you can add whatever you want to add. You can take away whatever you want to take away. Now, I do a preview for every listing that I do because sometimes you'll have like what's it? We'll get rid of the Hasbro name all the time because if you have Hasbro too much on your listing, you can get flagged. That's one of the blacklist names. But sometimes they'll have a link on here for Amazon saying only found on Amazon.com, or it'll say click on this link for more information as far as recalls or anything like that. And you cannot have any links whatsoever in your description. Keep that in mind. So if you have anything down here that has a link or a .com or info or click here for more info, get rid of it. Delete, highlight it, get rid of it. And that is how easily, once you get that all done, just hit approve. It'll take us right back to our listing. And you see this is kind of like a light blue. Now I can't touch it because it's going to list it on my eBay account. That took about 10 seconds. Here it is right here. So I'll go ahead and click on that. Alright, here we are on the eBay store, and there it is, Star Wars, the Black Series Solar Range Trooper 6-inch scale range figure, brand new. There's the price, and there's when it's going to be delivered. The pictures are on here. Now I set this up, something I learned today. See, it's got 4 pictures here in the front, and then it's got the single ones on the bottom. So I'll show you how to do that real fast on Easync. By having 4 pictures here in the front, it prevents you from getting the image copyright violation on eBay. It's going to cut it down by a big margin. because it's got all 4 pictures on there. Plus it looks different than anybody else. So let me take you back to Easync, and I'll show you how to get these 4 pictures set up, or 2 pictures, whatever you want. But I highly suggest you put that in your listing. So let's go back to Easync real fast. Alright, here we're back on Easync. So you want to go to Store Settings, Collages. Click on here. Once you're on here, these are the different, see, I've got the 4 squares. So that means that this is my listing. If the listing has 4 pictures, 3 pictures, 2 pictures, they're gonna come up like this, where it's 4, just like the Stormtrooper one you guys saw. But you can pick 2 pictures, you can pick 3 pictures, you can pick a picture within a picture, any of these, except for that one. Any of these will work really good. So you would just click that little box right here if you want the 4 like I did, and then you just click on save, and it creates that collage for you. So again, you don't get hit with the image violation from eBay. It'll cut it down big time for you. You don't want to get too many violations, because then you get in trouble and then they can shut down your account or suspend you. So that's something you don't want to happen. But that is how easy you can go ahead and set this up. Before you get started with Easync, make sure you do your repricing. So in order to do that, you go to your store settings, go to repricing. Once you're on this page, then you want to hit enable if you want them to reprice for you when the prices change. And you want to auto delist duplicates. Make sure to hit this one for sure. That way you don't end up with the same listings 5 and 6 times. Once you do that, you go here, pick the store you want to pick. Let's say I want to do Amazon. Now this is where you can say your quantity, how many you want them to list. For every listing you do, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to you. The shipping method, I always put the cheapest. Maximum handling days, I put 5. You can put whatever you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. If you're doing Prime only, you can put 3 or 2, whichever you decide to do. But because now this is for Amazon, but if you use your Prime, I put 5 days because if they get it within 2 days, which most of them do, 2 to 3 days, they get it earlier, so they're happy. And I get a great review from them for doing that. Fast shipping, love it, got it super fast, and all that looks really good on your eBay account. So I just put 5. They always get it faster. You can check allow offers sold by Amazon, third-party FBA offers. I have that checked. If you only want to do Prime, you can check that. If you want to allow your add-ons, which I don't, you can do that, and so forth. It's up to you. Now this is the range repricer. I have it that from 0 to $10,000. I don't have a profit set, but you can set the profit as far as your percentage, saying you want to make at least 5% profit, 10% profit off each one. I have it set for fixed profit, whatever number you put in here, 5%, and that's the percentage that they're going to bring up for you to have in profit. You can have a fixed profit to say you want $5. They're gonna add that $5 again on top of the price here, or the final price. Or you could say you want minimum profit, saying you want to make at least $5 per item that you sell, as far as the minimum. So I have fixed profit of $5. They're gonna add $5 on top of the fees and everything else, and my minimum profit per item is $5, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're selling 10 to 20 items a day, that's $50 to $100 a day that you're making, which is $700 a week, which is pretty good. And then you can test it down here if you want. You can put, let's say if an item costs $100, total price is gonna be $111, and my minimum profit is gonna be $506. Then down here you can enable a sales count repricing, and you can do additional fees here, which I have set up, and then you just say that you want to save your repricing settings. So there's going to be a video that was made by Michael from Easync. I'll put that link underneath this video to show you how to do this, how he does it. He breaks it down as far as adding. Now I have this set up here. As you can see right here, it says use current ranges for all stores. I have that clicked, and then you could do undercutting if you want. That's up to you. But if you only want to use this setting only for Amazon, you can just take that off and just save it, and then you can do each store separately by just clicking here, click the store you want to do it for, and then you can go ahead and set up your repricer. But you have to make sure you do this first before you do anything else. Because if you don't set this up, then you're not going to know how much profit you're going to make. So take care of this part first and then do everything else. If you're not part of Easync and you want to join this, it's absolutely free to join. They only charge you per listing that you put up, um, which is very cheap compared to other ones, other softwares that are out there. They do the repricing for you. They do the purchasing for you off of Amazon and Walmart as well, and then they also upload the tracking on here and on eBay for an extra like 10 or 15 cents per listing. But you can just add that cost to your repricer. So just to keep those things in mind, the link to join Easync will be underneath this video, as well as this Chrome application. The direct link for this Chrome app will also be underneath this video, because sometimes it's hard to find in your Chrome application. And the link for the repricer that Michael did from Easync will also be underneath here. On top of my #1 recommended work at home program that I'm using, where I get up to $4 per lead that fills in a quick splash page for more information on how to work from home to live the digital lifestyle. I get $4 for every person who signs up from the US and Ireland, UK, Canada, and some other countries. And then there's other countries where they'll pay you $2 per person, and that money adds up pretty quickly as well. So that's another thing that I'm doing on the side besides eBay selling. But this video went a little longer than I wanted it to go, so I'm going to end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the little icon button as well, so that you can know when I post new videos. Until the next video, happy listing and good luck with your sales.